Guys, welcome back to World Illuminator 11 on this Thursday. I hope you're having a great day and welcome if it is your first time checking out my channel. And if it is your first time checking out the channel, then please do hit the subscribe button. You are very welcome here. So earlier when I did my other video, I mentioned that my new deck had arrived. So I am doing this video as a deck walkthrough. It is called the Divine Masculine Opens Up deck. And really excited that it's finally arrived so I can use it on the channel as well. And these are really messages that I received, that I channeled from the Divine Masculines. And it's 69 cards in this deck. It was actually a 78 card deck, and they've sent, they leave these cards in there. So if you were to get the deck, then you can, if any other messages came through for you, you can actually put them on there as well. But if any messages tend to come to me, as time goes on, I will add them on the deck as well, just to use on the channel too. So right, so what I'm going to do, so there's two other cards as well that are really sort of messages in relation to the card deck as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through all the 69 cards, and this will really be a message coming through to you as well from your Divine Masculine. So really listen to the messages and feel them. They will be coming through from your Divine Masculine, and you will know in yourself which message is really coming to you directly from your Divine Masculine. So I am going to read what I wrote on these cards, and the first card says, this 69 card deck with the number 69 representing the mirroring of the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine was channeled from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine during the time of separation on the 3D. The Divine Masculine opens up about the love, their feelings, and what they go through. And I really sort of had the messages come through. And when I got to 69 cards, the messages stopped. So I really thought that was very relevant as well. So take 3 deep breaths, connect with your Divine Masculine, and shuffle the cards to see what messages your Divine Masculine is opening up to let you know. And then he ends off with a little blessing in the end. Blessings and best wishes to you and your Divine Masculine on this sacred journey of divine love. Trust that your Divine Masculine loves you because they do. Trust that you will be together again in the physical when the time is right, because you will. Trust that you are both being divinely guided on your journey, because you are. Trust that all is well, because it is. And then the next card really talks about the deck, the pictures as well on the deck. And it says, this card deck has a picture of a dog on the front, representing the loyalty of the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. The Divine Masculine opens up and says what they really would like to say to the Divine Feminine, but find difficult to put into words during the time of separation on the 3D. On the back of the deck, the deck has a picture that was specifically taken and used to show the plight and distress of the Divine Masculine when they are not with the Divine Feminine, phone in hand, yet unable to use it. This picture serves to show that it is never easy. It is never just easy for the Divine Masculine when they walk away from their Divine Feminine. So as you can see as well, there's that Divine Masculine who's sitting in the park. It's a nice sunny day, but they're sort of sitting there, their phone in hand. They've got their hand on their face. They look rather like they are in distress. There is a lot going on there, and sort of disheveled as well. So that is what this picture it was really trying to portray, that sort of distress and the pain that the Divine Masculine tends to go through as well, that the Divine Feminine may not actually see, but they do go through this. So that's what the picture was trying to do. And, they're not even sort of noticing the sunshine that is there. They're just sort of in this place of, of distress and, things going on in their mind, or sort of holding that phone, but not actually using it. And with a bag on the side as well. And then the dog in the front is really about showing that loyalty, of the Divine Masculine that you do tend to see in the signs when you do come across the dogs, or when you see the dog on the card. So, and to explain this, I tend to use photos on my decks that I've actually taken myself, because that's something that I enjoy doing. I love taking photos, and on my Instagram as well, I do exactly the same. They're all photos that I have taken. And this particular dog actually came to, there was a day I'd just been to the hospital to get for some tests, and I went to the park, and I just sat in the park for a while, and then this man came with his dog, and he was on the other side, and the dog came all the way to where I was and just sat right in front of me. And I took quite a number of photos, and this was one of the photos, and it was just sitting there, and it sort of got up and faced the other way and sat down again. And then I had to be the one to then leave after some time, and because I had to go somewhere else, and I just felt that love, and that sort of loyalty and being comforted as well, that comes through from the divine masculine showing you their loyalty. So that's why I used that picture there. So all the cards have that at the front as well. So I am going to go through all the cards and, listen to it as well. Listen to the messages that come through from your divine masculine. So the first card is, I am yours always and forever. And the next one is, I really want you to know that even after all this time of us being apart, there is not a day that goes by when I don't think about you more than once a day. And the next one, I know I've tried to run away from our connection and deny my love for you, but the truth is, I cannot run away from my own heart and soul. You are my heart and soul. I love you so much, I just can't keep denying it. And I really felt all these messages, they just kept coming, one after the other. And so really coming from the divine masculine, from the heart. I love you so much, I just can't keep denying it. You are without a doubt the best thing that has ever happened to me. I look forward to the day that I get to see you again. I am always dreaming about it and asking the universe to help make it happen. So your divine masculine letting you know that they are speaking to the universe, they are speaking to the creator and the angels, their spirit guides, setting out those intentions, really daydreaming about you and them being together again. So they are dreaming you back into their reality. And they're saying, I look forward to the day that I get to see you again. So in their mind, they know for certain that they will get to see you again. And the next card, a lot has gone on since we last saw each other. I have so much that I want to tell you, so much to show you, and so much to give you. My silence is not because I don't want to talk to you. I really do, but I have to work on myself first and sort things out in my life so I can be free to be with you. You are my inspiration, and I am very grateful for you. Without you even realizing it, you motivate me to do bigger and better things with my life. I am constantly daydreaming about us, about our future and life together. Bear with me. I am working on ensuring that these beautiful dreams do come true. So another message about them dreaming about, your future together, that life together. So, and they're also saying, bear with me. I am working on ensuring that these beautiful dreams come true. So working on themselves so that they can be able to come back to you, their divine feminine. I often hear music that reminds me of you. It both puts a smile on my face and uplifts my heart, but also brings tears to my eyes due to the pain of not being able to hold you in my arms. So your divine masculine letting you know that when they hear the music, it does uplift them, but it also brings them those tears because they know they can't hold you in their arms. So really powerful. I always listen to music and sing along as a way of speaking to you from afar, letting you know how much I miss you and the love I feel for you. Do you hear me? So this is really powerful as well, because this is when you get that message in music. You know, when you suddenly get a message and you really know in your heart as a divine feminine that this song is coming through from your divine masculine, that is when they're singing that song to you and, you know, speaking to you from afar, letting you know how they feel. I always listen to music and sing along as a way of speaking to you from afar, letting you know how much I miss you and the love I feel for you. Do you hear me? I cannot get over how much I hurt you. I don't even quite understand it all myself. I know I cannot change what happened, but all I hope and pray for is that you find it in your heart to forgive me. I am sorry. I love you. So this is your divine masculine, you know, sort of trying to work out all these things in their head, you know, saying they can't get over how much they know that they hurt you, and they don't even quite understand it themselves. So trying to understand the journey, trying to understand, you know, how they acted and everything in relation to this love. I am constantly blown away by the signs that I receive from the universe, reminding me that you are the one for me. Not that I ever forgot. I was just too blind to see. How powerful is the universe, though? I am forever grateful that I found you in this lifetime. Really, really powerful, letting you know that they are seeing the signs and synchronicities that the universe is showing them in relation to you. But they're also saying, not that they ever forgot that you were the one for them. They were just too blind to see at the time. And now they're realizing this. So really powerful. I can now see that there was a lot that I needed to heal in my life. The way I acted and everything that I said was a result of my own fears, traumas, and past hurts. I am healing my life so I can be with you. So your divine masculine letting you know that they are now realizing and they're working on healing themselves so that they can be able to be with you, their divine feminine. I cannot continue life as it is right now without you. I am therefore working hard on healing and changing my life so I can be with you, my one and only true love. So again, them letting you know that they are working on changing their life, they're working on healing their life so that they can be able to move forward towards you. Every night I go to sleep, I yearn for your touch. My desire for you and your gorgeous body is more than I can even begin to describe. So your divine masculine letting you know here that they desire you, you know, they desire you, your body, and they think about you every time they go to bed. They're yearning for you. So thinking about you, and, you know, they say they can't even begin to describe how much they think about you. We will be together again. Take this as my promise to you. So, you know, this is a promise. When you get this card, a promise from your divine masculine, letting you know that they will be together. You will be together again. Saying, take this as my promise to you. My love, know that when the time is right for us both, the universe will go out of its way to bring us back together in the most beautiful, amazing, and effortless way. So this is your divine masculine, you know, saying to you, they now understand the journey and they understand that when the time is right, the creator, the universe will bring you back together in the most beautiful, amazing, and effortless way. So this is about you letting go and trusting the universe, trusting that it is all coming in at the right time and it will happen effortlessly. I've been through so much in my life since the last time I saw you, but I now understand that it has all been happening to help me leave behind all that is not good for me so I can start afresh with you. So these are all the things that they go through in their life. You know, the karmic situations, sort of tower moments, and also, you know, sort of going through the dark night of the soul, the dark night of the soul. And, you know, so this is about all these things that they go through, and they're letting you know that they've been through so much in their life since the last time they saw you. But they're now understanding. So they're learning about this journey. They're now understanding understanding that it has all been happening so that they could leave behind all that is not good for them, to be able to start afresh with you. I am working on becoming the greatest version of myself, and I am learning to love myself. I know that the more I love myself, the more I'll be able to share with you the deep ocean of love that I have in my heart for you. So this is your divine masculine, really understanding that it is all about learning to love themselves, finding that self-love, because the more they get into this place of loving themselves, then the more that they will be able to show you that deep ocean of love that they have in their heart for you. So this is also a sign for you, the divine feminine, to keep focusing on self-love, because the more your divine masculine is you, the more you're focusing on self-love, the more you're helping them to keep moving in that direction as well, to keep working on self-love for themselves. So really, really beautiful message here. I really would love for us to have another chance at this love, a chance for us to do things differently. I hope you'll be willing to give me the opportunity to prove to you how much I've grown up and changed. So really powerful. Your divine masculine thinking about you as well. They want another chance at this love. They want to be given that opportunity to be able to prove to you that they've grown up and changed. Really powerful. I have to admit, I check up on you to see how you're doing and what you're up to. I can't help myself. I need to know. So this is your divine masculine being honest. When you get these cards, they are being honest, letting you know that they are checking up on you. It can be on social media, it can be asking other people, watching you in some sort of way. They just really need to know how you are and what you're up to. I can't help myself. I need to know. And that is because of that love that they have for you. My nights are so lonely without you by my side. I miss you. So your divine masculine letting you know when you get this card that they're missing you. And, at night, they really feel, when they go to bed, they're not busy with all sorts of other things. They really miss you. They really feel it. They yearn for your touch as well. So powerful messages. If there's anything that makes me wake up in a sweat, panicking, and causes me to worry, it is the idea of losing you to someone else. It scares me. I am coming back, my love. So this is really your divine masculine, just letting you know that they get into this place of panic. They wake up in a sweat, they're panicking, and it causes them to worry, the idea of losing you to someone else. So this can be when they wake up from a dream where they suddenly see you with somebody else, and they're saying, I am coming back, my love, letting you know that they are coming back, really just working on themselves, but they are coming back. I am making my way back to you, slowly but surely, one day at a time. I just have to ensure that I do everything correctly this time round. So, really powerful message here. They are taking their time, they have to do everything the right way, but they are making their way back to you. I am making plans for our future and I am excited. I've never been so sure of anything in my life as I am of the future with you, especially the more I heal and transform. I just need to get to where I need to be first before I actually come to you. So really powerful message here. When you get this is your divine masculine, again, letting you know that they're making plans about the future with you, and they are excited. The more they're healing and transforming, understanding the journey more, then they are really looking forward to this future with you as well. But they just need to work on certain things first. So that's why they're saying, I need to get to where I need to be first before I actually come to you. Please be patient with me. I am doing my best, even though it is taking me some time to free myself from the clutches of my fearful mind. I really felt when I started reading this, like this sort of my breath being taken away. So please be patient with me. I am doing my best, even though it is taking me some time to free myself from the clutches of my fearful mind. So that's the fear. So that sort of, comes up for them, and they find it really hard to release that fear. I have to integrate my ego first. I am working on it and I know I will get there. So this is letting, when you get this card, they're letting you know that they are fighting through with, fighting their ego, trying to integrate their ego, but they're letting you know that they know they will get there. Really powerful. I cannot stop thinking about you even after all this time. You always tend to pop into my head even at the most random moments. So your divine masculine, when you get this card, letting you know that they are always thinking about you. You tend to pop into their mind even at the most random moments. So really, really powerful. Always be joyful, my love. I feel it when you are happy, and it makes me happy to know that you are happy. It also helps me to feel lighter in myself and to move towards feeling more positive about us and our situation. So this is really that thing about, your divine masculine is you. And they're saying to you, feel joyful in your life, and just be happy. It makes them happy, because they feel you, and it makes them happy to know that you're happy. It also helps them, because they are you. The more you're raising your vibration, the lighter you feel, the more joyful you are, the more happy you are. It really does have that effect on them as well. So it helps them to feel lighter in themselves and move towards you, and to also move towards feeling more positive about you and the situation and your situation. So really, really powerful. I see you doing well and it makes me so proud of you. You are the strongest and most beautiful woman that I have ever known. I am so lucky to be the one who has had the chance to be loved by you. So this is really powerful. When we had the card about them saying that, I watch you, or, that they do find a way to check up on you. They need to know how you're doing, what you're up to. So in this, this is also showing you that they do check up on you. They're letting you know here that they check up on you, and they're saying, I see you doing well and it makes me so proud of you. So they are letting you know they're proud of you. So keep doing what you're doing. You are the strongest and most beautiful woman that I've ever known. So if they're not letting you know this on the 3D, when you get this card, they are letting you know this. I'm so lucky to be the one who has had the chance to be loved by you. Really, really powerful. I feel the love that you send me and it brings warmth into my heart. Please keep sending me love because it helps me more than you would ever even imagine. So this is really powerful. When you get this card, continue sending love to your divine masculine. It really does help them on their journey as well. It brings that warmth into their heart. Really beautiful. And they feel it, they do feel you. When you get the card, that's confirmation that your divine masculine does feel it when you send the love, that they do feel them around them as well and within them. All my life, I never learned to open up to my feelings, and I always ran away from facing my fears. So it has not been easy for me to do so, but I've been working on it bit by bit. It is scary, but I am learning and I am healing. So really powerful message coming through here. These are some of the things that your divine masculine opens up and lets you know through this card deck, because they cannot tell you this, during the time of separation. So they're letting you know that they're working on actually facing their fears and on really sort of, opening up to feeling their feelings as well. And they're saying it is scary, but they're learning and they're healing. So they will be letting you know that they're healing as well when you get this card. Keep shining your light bright for me, my love. You are truly the light that keeps me going even on my darkest days. So this is about you continuing to shine your light. When you get this card, continue to shine your light, because you do help your divine masculine, in ways that you may not even imagine. But even during their darkest days, when you shine your light, you help them as well. There is so much that I didn't know, but I am now awakening to the truth of who I really am. So when you get this card, this is your divine masculine, their higher self, letting you know that they are awakening to the truth of who they truly are, awakening to the truth of this love that you have as well with you, that they have with you, their divine feminine. So they are awakening to the truth of who they really are. really, and why they are here as well on this planet, and why they are on this journey with you, their divine feminine. I am working on becoming my true authentic self, the person that I've always desired to be, and the loving, caring, and well balanced partner that you dream of having by your side. Really, really powerful. This is your divine masculine letting you know that they are working on, becoming they're moving forward towards becoming their true authentic self, and also the person that they've always wanted to be, and the person who is well balanced and caring and loving, the partner that you would like to have by your side as well. Really, really powerful. I now understand that you and I have a mission together to help make a difference here on earth. I know that together we are a force to be reckoned with, and we will do amazing things for humanity and for this planet. So this is where divine masculine letting you know that, they understand this journey. They understand that you have a mission together. And they know that, the two of you together, you are a force to be reckoned with, and you will do great things. So they are letting you know this. I feel so embarrassed by the way I treated you. I don't really know how to face you. So when you get this card, this is when your divine masculine is really in this place of having, that feeling that blame and, feeling embarrassed about the way that they treated you. And, and that is that fear that they need to release, but they are letting you know, if they are sort of keeping away from you, that they don't really know how to face you. So that's what, it means when you get this card. And then the next one, I want to be with you so badly, but firstly, I need to release the fear that grips, paralyzes, and stops me from moving towards you, my heart's true desire. So I want to be with you so badly, but firstly, I need to release the fear that grips, paralyzes, and stops me from moving towards you, my heart's true desire. So, there is that fear. They're letting you know here that there's that fear that stops them from moving towards you because they really want to be with you so badly. But, there is that fear that comes in the way and stops them, it grips them, it paralyzes them and stops them from moving towards you. But they know that you are their heart's true desire. So, they will be letting you know with this card that it is the fear that is stopping them from moving forward towards you. And the next card, I often pick up the phone to call, and I've written many text messages to you. But every time my mind starts racing at 100 miles per hour and I chicken out. Fear takes over, and I worry that you may not want to know me anymore after all that I said and did. And that is that divine masculine holding that phone there, wanting to text, writing those text messages, wanting to call, but the fear again grips them. So they're letting you know that they do want to send you a message, they do want to call you, but their mind starts going at 100 miles per hour and they chicken out. And so that is what it is, that fear sort of taking over. I won't lie, I tried to move on. I tried to look for other people to be with the hope that I would forget you, but I was simply lying to myself. You are the only one for me. I was just too much in my ego to see it at the time. So really, really powerful. This is really the divine masculine opening up here. Saying they won't lie. They did try to move on. They tried to look for you, to look for other people to be with, but they were just lying to themselves. And they now realize this. And they're saying, you are the only one for me. I was just too much in my ego to see it at the time. And the next card, I am working on forgiving myself for all the pain and hurt that I caused you. How could I do that to you? So this is your divine masculine as well. When you get this card, letting you know that they are working on, letting go of the past, of letting go of this blame that they put on themselves, forgiving themselves. They're working on forgiving themselves as well, because they go on to say, how could I do that to you? So this is something that really sort of, something that they really really have to work on, because it really sort of haunts them, in their life, to really think, how could they do that to you? Because they have all this love for you. So when you get this card, they're letting you know that they're working on forgiving themselves as well. So they are working on healing, releasing the fears too. I am sorry for not responding to your messages. I just wasn't ready, and I also didn't know how to respond to you without making things worse than they already are. I am working on it though. So, this is an apology for not responding to your messages, but, also letting you know that they just didn't know how to respond without making things worse. So that's why they don't respond. And when you get this card, they're also saying, I am working on it though. So they will get there. So, but they're just letting you know that this is the reason why there was no response to your message. Next one. I realize now that some of the people that I used to hang around with were giving me advice that was not to build but to destroy what we had. And okay, let me start that again. I realize now that some of the people that I used to hang around with were giving me advice that was not to build but to destroy what we had. And at the time, I listened out of my ego. Not anymore. So, this is your divine masculine letting you know that they are stepping away from certain people who were probably just there to sort of, encourage their ego as well. And, they were not really there to build the relationship that you and your divine masculine had, but to actually destroy it. And they went along with it at the time because they were very much sort of in their ego. But the more they start to integrate the ego, the more they start to heal as well during this time of separation, processing things, understanding things. They are now seeing things for what they truly were. And they are saying not anymore. So this is about them stepping away from people as well who are not good for them or positive for them on their journey. And the next cards that came out, the next cards that I channeled is, I feel so lost without you in my life. So this is your divine masculine letting you know, when you get these cards, that they are feeling lost without you, their divine feminine. And the next one, I am gaining the strength and courage to approach you more and more every day. So when you get this card, your divine masculine is letting you know that they are moving forward towards you. Yesterday we got the card about, reaching their destination. So they are gaining that strength, moving forward towards you, gaining the strength and the courage to approach you more and more every day. So getting closer to you, their divine feminine. Really powerful. When the time is right, I really want just the two of us to go away for a bit, somewhere nice and beautiful and peaceful, to spend time together and get to know each other again. So this is your divine masculine letting you know, when you get this card, that, this is some of the things that they're thinking about, dreaming about, you going away with them to spend some time together, somewhere nice and quiet, where you don't get disturbed, somewhere peaceful and beautiful, so that you get to know each other again. Because both you and your divine masculine during this time of separation have been going through a big time of change. So, this is a time for you. This is what they would love for you, to get the time to just really get to know each other again. And the next card is, I feel such a fool for having said what I said and for having acted as I did. All I know without a doubt is that I want to be back with you. And I want us to have a life together and grow old together. So really, really powerful. Your divine masculine letting you know that they want to grow old with you. They want to have this life with you. And they do feel so like a fool as well for the things that they said and did before. But they have all this love for you. So really, really powerful. And the next card, I am working on healing my life, including healing my childhood wounds and on clearing my karmic debts, so that I can be free to be with you. The moment I am ready, I'll be knocking on your door. So this, when you get this card, your divine masculine here is letting you know that they are working on themselves, working on healing their childhood wounds, on clearing karmic debts as well, because, there's so much that they need to work on as well during this time of separation, things that you may not know about as a divine feminine. But when you get this card, they're really letting you know the things that they're working on. And, the moment I am ready, I'll be knocking on your door. So they're letting you know that, this is something that they are looking forward to. And as soon as they're ready, they'll rush to come and knock on your door. I'm really struggling to work out how to start a conversation with you, but I want to talk to you so badly. So this is that thing about, having that trouble communicating with you as well. So they're letting you know here that they're struggling to work out how to do this when you get this card. I would love for us to sit down and talk lovingly and openly. I want to be able to open up vulnerably and tell you exactly how I feel. So, they really want to sit down and talk to you. So another one about wanting to communicate as well. When you get this card, it is them letting you know that they are working on being able to then open up vulnerably and tell you exactly how they feel. So they want to communicate when you get this card, but they also want to truly be their true authentic self and be able to open up and really tell you how they feel. And the next card, the honest truth is, my life has not been easy without you. I've cried myself to sleep on many occasions, and I felt low, depressed, and so angry at myself and at the world. So this is your divine masculine really opening up as well to let you know what is going on in their life, some of the things that have been going on that you may not actually know of as a divine feminine during the time of separation, that they've cried themselves to sleep many nights, on many occasions, felt low, depressed, and so angry at themselves as well, and so angry at the world, about why is this all happened. So they are being honest here and opening up to let you know this. I am in awe of you, of your beauty, power, and strength. So this is your divine masculine letting you know, that they are in awe of you, their divine feminine. Really, really beautiful. I cannot lose you. I am doing what it takes to ensure that this does not happen. You are everything to me. So your divine masculine, a bit of a panic here, saying, I cannot lose you. I am doing what it takes to ensure that it does not happen. So that's them, when you get this card, that's them letting you know that they are doing what it takes. They are working on themselves to ensure that they can come to you, their divine feminine, because you are my everything. So you are everything to me. Really, really powerful. I imagine all sorts of negative scenarios happening if I come towards you, which puts me into more fear. I don't think I'll be able to survive being rejected by you. So this is also another message of that fear that comes over the divine masculines. There was the card that talked about the 100, their mind going 100 miles per hour. So they get into this place of fear. The fear grips them and paralyzes them, and they start thinking, negative scenarios of you rejecting them. So they go into deeper fear. So this is the fear that they need to release as well. When you get this card, that's them letting you know that they are working on releasing this fear. I am tired of having so much inner conflict. I just want love, joy, peace, and freedom. I love joy, peace, freedom, and happiness in my life. I know how I have all these with you. I just need to make the required changes so I can be able to share my life with you. So this is your divine masculine letting you know in this card that they have so much inner conflict, that mind going 100 miles per hour. And, they are tired of this. They just want all this to go away so that they can have love, joy, peace, freedom, and happiness in their life. And they know they can have this with you, their divine feminine. They might have conflict as well in their life if they're in a karmic situation. So, there's all these things that they're letting you know. And they're saying, I just want all joy and love. And they know that they'll get all all this with you, but they just need to make the required changes so that they can be able to share their life with you. So if they are not in a karmic situation, they need to let that go, the required changes, so they can be free to be able to be with you, their divine feminine. And the next one, I really want all the things that you want, and I want them with you. A family, a home, a beautiful life together, going on adventures, growing old together. I desire what you desire. So this is your divine masculine opening up, letting you know that, you know, the things that you think about divine feminine, they think about those things as well. You remember, you and your divine masculine, that there's that phone sort of changing colors and stuff as well. So you and your divine masculine, you know, you have the same desires about the life that you truly would love to have. Remember, your divine masculine is you. So they're letting you know when you get this card that I really want what you want, and they want them with you, nobody else but you. A family, a home, a beautiful life together, going on adventures, growing old together. I desire what you desire. Really, really powerful. And the next one, I know in my heart and soul that there is no one else out there for me apart from you. So that's your divine masculine letting you know this. Really beautiful. I really want to get out of this situation that I am in, but the way has not quite opened up for me yet. It is as if I'm being kept here for a reason, like I still have lessons to learn, karma to clear or something. So this has got ... at the end, you know. It was sort of coming through as, you know, the divine masculine sort of trying to work these things out in their head. There must be something else going on that is sort of stopping me from being able to just get out of this situation that I am in. You know, that's the message that was coming through. I really want to get out of this situation that I am in, but the way has not quite opened up for me yet. You know, sometimes as a divine feminine, you get into this place of thinking, oh, they're just having a great life, they're not making the changes. But they're saying, when you get this card, this is your divine masculine letting you know that the way has not quite opened up for them yet. There are things in the way that you don't know as a divine feminine that are stopping them from being able to just go ahead and make that change. So that's them opening up, letting you know this. It is as if I'm being kept here for a reason, you know, like I still have some lessons to learn, karma to clear or something. So that's your divine masculine letting you know this. And then the next card that came out, that's my buzzer. We'll continue, otherwise I have to start again. Always remember that you and I are one. The choices that you make, I make too, in a different way, but in many cases I do. I'm always following in your footsteps. So this is a powerful message from your divine masculine, reminding you, divine feminine, that always remember that you and I are one. The choices that you make, I make too, in a different way, in many cases, but I do. I am always following in your footsteps. So this is your divine masculine letting you know that they make the same choices that you make. They are always following in your footsteps. So it is about you, the divine feminine, continuing on your journey, continuing to be in this place of trusting, of having faith about your journey, and knowing that, you know, your divine masculine is following in your footsteps. And the choices that you're making about your life, when you focus on love, when you focus on, you know, on self-love and focusing on yourself, then they are doing the same because you and them are one. Really powerful message. And the next card that came out, the next cards that I channeled is, no matter how things may look on the 3D, always remember that looks are deceiving and the 3D is an illusion. You have no idea how much mental anguish I am in behind closed doors. I just want out of this situation so my life can change for the better. So when you get this card, this is your divine masculine really being open, letting you know that maybe things that you may see on social media or things that you may see, you know, that you see on the 3D, the way they may be acting on the 3D, you know, looks are deceiving and the 3D is an illusion. So it's about you seeing things from a higher perspective. You have no idea how much mental anguish I am in behind closed doors. Your divine masculine is letting you know when you get this card. I just want out of this situation so my life can change for the better. Really, really powerful. And the next card, I am determined to make positive changes in my life. So that's your divine masculine letting you know that they are determined to make positive changes in their life and they're moving forward as well. And the next card, this love that I have for you is not like love that I have ever felt before for anyone else in my life. It is intense, scary, yet also amazing and beautiful. This is a once in a lifetime type of love. So really beautiful message from your divine masculine here. You know, they're letting you know that they've never felt this way for anyone before, and they're really opening up and letting you know. They may not be able to tell you in person, but they are opening up when you get this card. It is intense, you know, it's scary. They do get scared by this love because of its intensity, but yet it is also amazing and beautiful. And they know that this is a once in a lifetime type of love. So this is why they want to move forward towards you, their divine feminine. And the next card, I have a great deal to learn as I go through my awakening and transformation, as I am sure you do too. But I am keen to learn because I know that it will change our love and life together for the better. So this is a powerful message. You know, this is your divine masculine letting you know that, you know that they have a great deal to learn. They are starting to understand that they are going through an awakening, and they know they have a great deal to learn, you know, as they go through their transformation. But they're also letting you know that I am keen to learn. You know, they're keen to go through this transformation, to make these changes in their life, you know, and because I know that it will change our love and life together for the better. So really, really powerful. And the next card, I am determined to be with you again. So when you get this card, your divine masculine is just saying, I am determined to be with you again. I am doing what I need to do to be with you again. Really, really powerful. And the next one, I've been battling a lot of my demons to free myself and become the person that you would be proud of. It is not easy, but for myself, for you, and for our love, I will. Really powerful as well. So this is your divine masculine letting you know that they've been battling a lot of demons, you know, things to do with their childhood, past traumas, you know, their fears, you know, all the things, you know, even addictions, whatever it is that they've have to deal with, you know, they've been battling all these demons in the time that you are in separation, this time of healing. And, you know, and they're letting you know that it's not easy, but for them, for myself, for you, their divine feminine, the one that they truly love, and for our love, for this love, this divine love that you have, I will. So they're letting you know that they are going to get through to the other side because of this love that they have for you and that you share together. I feel that I'm being guided on my journey in all sorts of amazing and different ways by the universe, my spirit guides, and by you. I am grateful. So this is your divine masculine letting you know that, you know, they are seeing all the signs and messages and synchronicities. They know they're being guided on their journey. They know you're guiding them as well, their divine feminine, and they are being grateful for this. And the next card, we're nearly there. The next one, number 68, is every time I think about your body and the passion that I feel inside for you, it is as if I am about to explode. I feel so aroused when I think about what I would love to do to you and with you. So this is a message about your divine masculine letting you know of this love that they have for you. You know, that they just really feel aroused when they think about you. And the last cards from that came through, the last message that came through is, our story has not yet ended. In fact, it is only just building up to the climax. I not only have hope that we will be together again, I also trust and believe that when the time is right, we will have the most beautiful life together because we are meant to be together. We were born in this lifetime for each other. So really beautiful message that comes through from your divine masculine when you get this card. They are letting you know that this story of you and them, even though separation has happened with the 3D, maybe you may not even have any communication, but they're saying to you, our story has not yet ended. In fact, the fact that you are in this separation, this time of healing, it is helping you both, so that in fact, the story is now only building up to the climax. So the separation is helping you both to really build up to the climax of the story, which is when you do get into that union. I not only have hope that we will be together again, I also trust and believe that when the time is right, divine timing, we will have the most beautiful life together, because we are meant to be. So your divine masculine understanding that you are meant to be. Your divine masculine letting you know that they're doing what they need to do to be able to get back to you, their divine feminine, because they know that you are meant to be. We were born in this lifetime for each other. They know that you were born to be together. And, so that is why they're making their way to you. So those are the messages that came through in this deck. My new deck, Divine Masculine, opens up, and beautiful messages, and I hope that really helps, and you found some messages from your divine masculine as well in there. And I will be putting the link in the description box below in case you want to get this deck for yourself. And I will be using it on the channel tomorrow. Really excited. So I really hope you have a great day, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Love, peace, positivity, and light.